Chapter 1. Introduction to Anatomy and Physiology.
Comprehension Check 1.
Introduction. Welcome to the study of anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the study of the parts of the body. The study of anatomy includes the names of the parts of the body and where they are located. For example, you will learn the names for the different parts of the heart and where they are located in the heart. Physiology is the study of the function or purpose of body parts. For example, in this book, you will learn how blood travels through the heart and how each part of the heart works to make blood move. The human body is an amazing machine with many parts that work together to keep you alive and healthy. In this chapter, you will learn about the body's building blocks, molecules, cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems. You will also learn about homeostasis, the way your body maintains balance. The building blocks of the body. There are 5 basic building blocks of the body. Going from smallest to largest, they are molecules, cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems. Each building block forms the next. Molecules form cells. Cells form tissues. Tissues form organs, and organs form organ systems. Molecules and cells. Molecules are the basic building block of all things, living and non-living. Everything on Earth is comprised of molecules: paper, air, trees, soil, food, water, and the human body. Sugar, fat, water, oxygen, and carbon dioxide are all examples of molecules found in the body. Cells are found in all living things. Non-living things do not contain cells. Cells are comprised of groups of molecules. Most cells are too small for you to see with just your eyes. You need a microscope to see cells. There are many different kinds of cells in the body: fat cells, muscle cells, blood cells, bone cells. What makes one cell different from another is that they are made of different kinds of molecules arranged in unique ways. Even though these cells have different functions in the body and look different from each other under a microscope, they all contain the same parts. All cells are filled with cytoplasm, a jelly-like material. Cytoplasm holds many small cell parts, or organelles. All cells take in nutrients, such as sugar and oxygen, and give off wastes, such as carbon dioxide. All nutrients and waste pass easily through the cell membrane, the skin of the cell. When it is easy for things to pass through a membrane, that membrane is called permeable. Finally, each cell, except for a red blood cell, has a nucleus. The nucleus controls the cell. It is like the cell's brain. Molecules called DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, are located in the nucleus. DNA contains information that tells the cell how to do its job, such as breaking apart a sugar or storing fat. DNA is also the genetic material that makes one person different from another. In effect, DNA is the cell's instruction book. Remember that a cell is the basic unit of all living organisms and that each type of cell has a different job to do within the body.
Comprehension Check 2.
Tissues, organs, and organ systems. Cells that look alike and have the same function joined together to form a tissue. For example, muscle cells comprise muscle tissue. Other examples of tissues include fat tissue, blood tissue, nerve tissue, and bone tissue. When a group of different tissues join together to carry out a specific function within the body, they form an organ. The heart is an organ comprised of muscle tissue, connective tissue, blood tissue, and epithelial tissue. These tissues join together to carry out the function of pumping blood. The small intestine is another organ. It is comprised of epithelial tissue, connective tissue, nerve tissue, and muscle tissue. Its function is to absorb nutrients from food. Just as a group of tissues join together to comprise an organ, a group of organs join together to comprise an organ system. An organ system is a group of different organs that perform related functions in the body. For example, the heart and blood vessels comprise the circulatory system. Likewise, the mouth, stomach, and intestines are parts of the digestive system.
Comprehension check 3.
Homeostasis. Your body works hard to keep itself in balance. In fact, one of the most amazing things about the human body is how it manages to work properly most of the time. Thankfully, most of us spend much more time feeling healthy than we do feeling sick. Homeostasis is the way the body keeps in balance. The body needs to keep constant levels of things like body temperature, water, and blood pressure. Homeo means same and stasis means condition. Therefore, the word homeostasis means to keep the same condition. In the study of anatomy and physiology, you'll hear the phrase maintain homeostasis, which is another way to say keep in balance or maintain the same condition. An example of homeostasis is how your body wants to keep the same internal temperature, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius, all the time. This ideal temperature is called the set point. If your body gets too hot, what happens? You sweat. When you sweat, water leaves your body. As the sweat dries on your skin, it cools your body down to its proper temperature. Likewise, if your body gets too cold, you shiver. The shivering movement of your body produces heat. This heat causes your body temperature to rise until you reach the set point temperature, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius.
Comprehension check 4.
Maintaining homeostasis, negative feedback and reflexes. Recall how your body keeps its temperature constant. You sweat when you are too hot and shiver when you are too cold. Homeostasis of body temperature is maintained by using a negative feedback process. The word negative means bad and the word feedback means information. Your body also uses negative feedback when it senses other imbalances in your body. For example, when you exercise, your body might notice that you don't have enough oxygen to keep going. Not having enough oxygen is an example of negative feedback. When the body senses that it doesn't have enough of something, a homeostatic process occurs to improve the situation. In the case of exercising, you start to breathe faster and your heart beats faster to provide your cells with more oxygen. No matter what aspect of your body is being monitored, homeostasis is usually maintained by negative feedback in the form of a reflex. A reflex is a series of events in the body that help to maintain homeostasis. A reflex occurs when the body makes a change without your having to think about it. Reflexes are automatic. Let's look at how homeostasis is maintained by negative feedback and a reflex when your finger touches fire. Figure 1.8 shows the steps involved in this homeostatic process. 1. Sensors in your finger feel the pain and heat of fire. Too much heat and pain. This is a negative condition, and the part of the body that can fix this problem must be notified. Homeostasis is maintained when the body corrects this negative condition. 2. To start to correct this condition, nerves in your finger send a message about the pain and heat to your spinal cord. 3. Your spinal cord interprets the message. A finger is feeling pain and heat. It makes the decision to move the finger away from the fire. 4. The spinal cord sends a message. Make the finger move. The message is carried along a nerve to the muscle that can cause the finger to move. 5. Muscles receive the message, make the finger move. They contract and the finger moves away from the fire. Homeostasis is restored. Your finger moved away from the negative situation. All reflexes follow this 5-step process automatically. Again, reflexes are one way that the body responds to negative feedback and maintains homeostasis. The body also uses negative feedback to keep other things constant, such as amounts of nutrients, sugar, oxygen, salts, amounts of hormones, insulin, growth hormone, blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing rate.
Comprehension check 5.
Homeostatic messengers. The body has 2 ways to send messages to correct negative situations. One of the 2 ways that the body can send messages is along a nerve. How did the body send a message to the finger to make it move away from the fire? It sent a message along nerves. Nerves are organs that quickly send messages to and from the spinal cord or the brain. The muscles received a neural message. The muscles moved the finger, and then the negative situation of being burned was corrected. Thankfully, neural messages are very fast. The other way the body can send messages is in the form of hormones. Hormones are molecules produced by organs called endocrine glands. Endocrine glands secrete hormones into the bloodstream when the body notices a situation that can be balanced by hormones. Blood carries hormones to their destination. For example, when the body notices that there is too much sugar in the blood, the pancreas, an endocrine gland, secretes the hormone insulin into the bloodstream. Insulin corrects the sugar imbalance by causing sugar to be taken out of the blood and stored in the liver. Thus, the 2 tools the body uses to maintain homeostasis are hormones and neural messages. Hormonal messages are not as fast as neural messages, but their effects last much longer. For example, when insulin is released into the bloodstream, the insulin doesn't just send a message and then disappear. Insulin stays in the blood and continues to stimulate the liver and other cells to store sugar for over an hour. Compare this process to a neural message. Its effect lasts less than a second. We can compare the speed of neural and hormonal messages to sending mail. Nerves are fast, like email. Messages are received almost instantly, like when you feel heat and move your hand away from fire. Hormonal messages are slow, like sending a letter by ground mail. They get to where they need to go, but take a lot longer.
AVN Pharma Education.